Hi, welcome to lesson 13 of the exact process for setting up Google Analytics. Now, the way that you will access that lesson is to go to www.thequantifiedweb.com/exactga, put in your email address and click Get Started Today. Alrighty, now we want to go down to the create, this one here, the remove trailing slashes filter. Alrighty, so I went through what this filter is on our previous video, but basically some pages will have a slash on the end and some will not. And your website might be set up really well that this doesn't happen, but the page will work whether there's a backslash on the end, or is it a backslash or a forward slash? I think it's a forward slash actually. So basically the page will work whether that slash is on there or not. And so depending on how your website is set up, you may find that some of your pages have it and some of them don't. And this creates havoc in your Google Analytics, especially if sometimes the page has it and sometimes it doesn't, because if you don't filter this in your Google Analytics, you will literally have pages that are being split in half, where you have half of the users being combined into one page name and half the users being combined into the other. And it's just that the other has a slash on the end, and that's all. So then when you come to look at your Google Analytics, you might think that a page isn't very popular when in fact it is. It's just that it was being split in half. So we want to fix this. Now, again, my team have put a little warning here, because if you don't type it in exactly, then it might not work. All right, so let's create a new filter. So we want to go to the filtered data no params view. Now again, we have gone through this view in an earlier lesson, but if you've come in on this lesson, then you might want to have a look at some of the earlier lessons on what views we've created and why. And let me just do it from the beginning. So we want to go to admin and then filter data no params, and then we want to click on filters. Alrighty, so we're going to do a new filter, and we're going to call this filter remove trailing slashes. No, actually I think we can just copy from this rather than typing it. It'll save you a bit of time. Now, this one is going to be a custom one again. I think they've all been custom so far. And this time we're going to pick advanced. Okay. Now, in the field A, extract A, we want to choose request URI here. So request URI is the URL across the top. That's what that is. And then in the field A, extract A, we are going to type this specific code, but we don't want any spaces on the end. So we just want to copy. Be really careful copying this one. We don't want any weird things. So let's paste that in. We'll just make sure we don't have any spaces. We do want that. All right, so this is a very weird bit of code, I know. And you're probably looking at it going, what the hell does that mean? So what this is saying is, if we have so this is basically the beginning of the line, and that is the end of the line. We want to take everything between the brackets, between the first slash and the last slash. That's what we're doing there. And then field B, extract B, we keep this one empty. And then the code in the output 2, we put request URI in here. And so because we've got request URI here and request URI there, we are actually going to override what you currently had on your page. So instead of having the page the way it was with the backslash on the end, we are going to override that completely and remove the, sorry, I'm calling out backslash. For the life of me today, I cannot remember if that's called a backslash or a forward slash. It really depends on which direction you're looking, doesn't it? So I can't remember. All right, but it's a slash. We're going to copy this and we are going to paste that in. And this $A1, this has a special meaning. This means the inside of the brackets. So, and we are putting a forward slash there because what we've done is we've excluded the first forward slash and then we're going to add it back. And the reason for that is your home page probably just has a single forward slash. And if we didn't leave it out, then you'd end up with the home page being completely blank. And that just looks really weird when you're looking at a report and it's like, why is there a blank page in there? We don't want to be removing the slash off the end if the slash was the whole page. All right, so we want to save this filter once we've checked that these are right. So we want one tick in field A required and we want a tick in override output field. Now we can't actually do a preview for this one because it doesn't do preview for advanced filters. So just click save. Alrighty, now that's the end of that one. So that's a really short one, but that is one that definitely can be very confusing. And I have had people email me asking me specifically for this filter. So I think that will come in handy for a lot of people. All right, well, the next one that we are going to go through will be applying the filters to your filtered views. So this will be, so far we've been setting up your filters just on the one filtered view, but we want to set them up to go onto more than one filtered view. So it needs to go onto both the filtered view with params and the filtered view without params. But how about when I show you that lesson, I'll go through it. But there's some filters that we exclude from the with params one. Okay, so we'll go through this one next, and I will see you on that lesson.